All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm speaking to today, I'm seeing that you could be seeking quite a bit of guidance. I had already pulled the spread, and then just as I was getting ready to hit record, the Hermit card came out. And the Hermit card is about someone who is really going within on a deeply personal journey to kind of figure something out, figure out their next steps, kind of figure out how to move forward. And it's a very solitary card, and it really signals to me that you're on a journey that is yours alone and that you're trying to find some answers right now. Um, I am seeing here today that you are closing out some type of toxic cycle relating to something in your stability. So that could have to do with your home or your career. It could have to do with someone who's within that sphere in your life. So maybe a father figure, maybe a boss, maybe a roommate, something like that. When it comes to that and your sense of stability, your sense of security, there's something kind of unhealthy that shows up within that. I'm seeing the image of a thorn in a haystack. And there may have been a feeling like you couldn't really fully relax throughout this experience, but as you start to close out this process, it's almost like it allows a new part of you to be born, and you kind of open up into an energy of feeling your way through something entirely different from whatever it is that you experience. So I'm going to dive into this reading more in a second, but before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for being here as always. If you would like to contribute your energy to the channel, you can like and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, I do offer personal readings. Down below in the description box is my email, and you can email me there. Now, if we go into this, Sagittarius, I'm seeing that you're showing me your heart, and then you're showing me the journey it's been on, and then you're showing me like exhaustion and guardedness. So whatever you've been through, you have a very beautiful, powerful heart space that kind of powers you forward. But I'm seeing you may need a little bit of refueling. You may need a little bit of nourishment, because you're showing me that something kind of happened here on your journey that was quite exhausting for you. And in the current energy, you're kind of showing me that it's you against the world. Like, you're very strong, you're very capable, but it's almost like you've hit some type of roadblock and you're trying to figure out the way forward. And again, for whatever reason, you're showing me that you're having to kind of figure out this part of your life by yourself. And I see you kind of going over your options and reviewing everything you have, reviewing your resources, really taking stock of what's available to you, but still feeling quite blocked in terms of a next step to take. And I actually do see you taking that next step eventually, but there's something that has to end completely before you're able to take that next step. And then whatever it is, I see you stepping into it with full confidence. But I'm seeing that there's a cycle that's kind of currently closing, and it's kind of like you need that final nail in the coffin before you're able to fully kind of move forward there. So let's take a look at what happens in the recent past here for you. You're showing me a very painful ending in love and needing to kind of move on from it, and you're kind of showing me that whatever this was, it kind of fundamentally changed the shape and the texture of your heart and how you relate to the world and your ability to kind of be open. And you are showing me that you moved forward after that, but that it's been pretty exhausting for you, or that even just the process of moving on after that was very difficult for you. There may have even been a period where it felt impossible to move on, or like there was some type of breakage in your own energy. It's a very heavy energy. I am seeing that you tried to take it positively and spin it and be like, okay, what is it that's going to make me happy? It may have shown you what would make you happy, or that whatever it was that you were experiencing wasn't fulfilling to you. But when it comes to opening up to new love and new connections, there could be a certain guardedness that kind of has resulted from whatever you've experienced, even as you try to kind of move forward really courageously here. There's almost this feeling of like, what am I supposed to do? Or like, who am I supposed to connect to? You're showing me like a brand new sort of beginning, but not in one specific way. It's almost like you have this beginning open to you. You have everything you need, but you're like, which direction do I go in? Or like, what do I put my energy towards? And I kind of see you holding off on putting your energy towards anything until you figure out specifically where you want to direct it. You're showing me a commitment to self-love. You're like, whatever I do next, I do want it to be from a place of putting myself first. I want to prioritize myself, possibly in a way you've never even prioritized yourself before. Like this could be entirely new territory for you. But there is something that's kind of blocking you from moving forward here. Even though you have the resources, you have the energy, you're showing me that you have it within yourself. But it's almost like, for whatever reason, you just can't move forward yet in that direction. It's like you struggle to know exactly what it is that you're meant to do. It's like, am I supposed to go this way or that way? Like making a concrete decision looks very difficult for you right now. And it's like you don't want to take the wrong step forward. I'm getting this sense of caution or, not wanting to make the wrong move. And I think that's why the oracle cards that we have for you today are the outsider, guidance, and fighting. You're showing me that you're on the outside looking in onto something. So that could be in your current situation, like you feel like you're on the outskirts of your own life, or maybe you're not able to fully participate in something that's going on around you. Or you could just feel like you're looking at the future, kind of wondering, how can I make my way in? How can I step through that next door? And you're looking for guidance on how to do that. But then there's some type of internal conflict that keeps coming out for you here, where it's like even when you receive guidance or even when you think you have a moment of clarity, you're like, oh, like maybe that wasn't the right way to go, or maybe that's not the right thing to do. And you're just showing me like really, really wanting some clarity here. And I actually do see that clarity is going to occur for you. But again, they're saying that some type of death process has to be solidified first. So you may go through some type of ending or some type of transitional moment before you're actually fully ready to make whatever choice it is that you have to make, or fully take the leap here. And you're kind of showing me like, ugh, no more deaths, please. Like no more endings, no more conflict. Like I've had enough. I'm exhausted. What could possibly be coming next? But I am seeing that there's an ending that's coming for you, whether you kind of want it or not. The universe is saying on some level, this is what your soul ordered. And so you're about to get that delivery. You're saying you can feel it coming even if you don't know entirely what it is. And in a way, you're kind of showing me that you're welcoming this shift. You're like, yeah, bring it on. Like, if it's inevitable, let me just have that death process so that I can move through it. What else can you tell me, Spirit, about this death process? Whatever that toxic thing is that's going on in your household or in your career or that's going on in your environment in some way, that is really meant to leave your life. Like Spirit saying, like, stop the presses. Sagittarius can't continue in these energies, and so it's like kind of inevitable that those energies come to a close. How exactly that happens, I'm not sure, but you're kind of being released from some type of situation that may feel like it keeps you locked in place or kind of caged. And if you are feeling that, the thing that you're caged from is kind of the rest of your life. And then I see you being freed up to make some pretty powerful decisions. There's a tower moment that comes Scorpio season, or a Scorpio could be significant here for you. Yeah, when it comes to understanding where you need to put your efforts, there becomes this huge change, and it's like you're finally able to make the choice. You go from the 7 to the 8 of Pentacles, thinking about it to actually doing it. Feeling it to actually understanding it, that kind of thing. And so there is this kind of level up moment that's coming for you, and you're showing me almost an awareness of needing to sit tight and wait for that moment to come, and that's very wise and that's very true. And you're showing me also wanting to be practical here and again make the right decision. You're saying, am I going to make the right decision? Is it all going to be okay? I'm seeing you come out here as the Emperor, and so you actually occupy quite a masculine energy, Sagittarius, and I see you really taking the reins of your own life as you move forward on whatever this is. Right now, you could be really stressed, but that stress is actually kind of blocking you from the very clear-minded, centered energy that you're about to step into. So if you need to meditate, if you need to take a step back, if you need to sit for a second and ground yourself, I think that that could be really important. Spirit's saying that this cycle of pain is ending and something's going to come in that's going to feel really abundant, really supportive. And so it's important that you kind of collect yourself and open up to that energy. Something's coming in and it's coming in strong, and it represents a spiritual shift or a spiritual journey that you've been on. It's not a small thing that we're picking up on here today, Sagittarius, but it's like something has to be closed out for this to open up. And it has something to do with whatever that toxic thing is in your environment. And I'm really not seeing it being you. I'm seeing it being something that you experience and that really kind of affects your energy. And that has to be closed out in order for this next thing to come in. The advice from the universe here is stop holding on to what you know and try to open up to what it is that you don't know, because that's where the new energy is going to come in when you step into the unknown, and you're holding on really tightly to the known, to having control, to having a sense of understanding what's going on. And Spirit's saying there's something larger than you at play, and it's in that unknown part of your life, the part that you have yet to step into. And just trust that this is going to come and meet you, that the energies that you need are going to come and find you when you need them. It involves like a very deep level of spiritual faith that the energy that you're looking for is out there. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope that this helps. I hope that this resonates, and I'll see you next time.